Hi dears, welcome back to the channel Benidorm by Anna. It's me, Anna, with you here. Happy New Year for all those of you watching me. I hope you'll be having a wonderful and amazing celebration and you got to spend time with your relatives or your loved ones. So happy New Year. And today is officially the last video from 2021. Let's talk about the news, everything that is happening here in Spain, and there are some changes as well. What will be waiting for us in 2022? What is the government promising us, kind of? And what happened in Benidorm recently, because one of our favorite hotels from Survey Group got a very nice prize. For what? Stay up until the end to know about it. And for now, let's start with the situation. It's going to be very briefly, just because we always talk about the amount of cases. I'm just going to give you the numbers and then you decide what you think about this. The Ministry of Health has officially said that the number of cases for yesterday, just for one day, okay, just for 24 hours, is 161,688 new cases. Yes, it's a huge number. It's giant. It's something that we've never had in the whole pandemics, but it's because before we did not have such a big amount of tests either. Maybe people were getting sick like this, but we just did not know it. You never know the exact numbers, but at least these were our confirmed cases. And those of them who are staying at home or who don't have symptoms and are sick, so just imagine the magnitude of cases. The index basically grows by 200 something points per one day. And right now it's 1,775 more or less per every 100,000 people. In general, here in Valencian community, the most significant restriction basically right now for holidays, for fiestas, is the green certificate. We don't have a night curfew. We don't have any kind of limitations like in terms of gathering together. Bars and restaurants and nightlife is open. Everything is fine. Like the only thing is that we, like not we, but like the government and all the businesses, the majority of them are forced to ask for the green certificate. This is the only thing. And the other one is that they've cancelled our New Year's concert here in Benidorm, which is what we were talking about last news update. I think it was on Monday or Wednesday. And still, instead of concert, we'll be able to enjoy our lovely fireworks, which I will do my best to go and film for you today. So don't miss tomorrow's video, because we will see amazing nightlife in Benidorm, how people are celebrating, how many people are in town in general, on the fair, and the beautiful fireworks at the beach in Benidorm. All the rest is kind of good. I don't want to dare to say like everything is fine, because obviously the amount of cases is giant, but these cases are so light that it's kind of a normal flu already for us, like here. So we're not too worried about that. By the way, yesterday we had to go to emergency for my hubby. He had some food poisoning, I suppose, I'm not sure, but he like gastroenteritis and stuff like that. So we called our private hospital. They said they just had 4 people waiting. And in the local health center here with Social Security, it was just 1 person. So it's not a collapse. Everything is totally fine with like primary attention and emergency attention, at least here in the zone in Benidorm and like Alfaz del Pi, Albir. Everything is fine. There's not a lot of people sick in the hospitals, at least coming to the hospital, So far, so good. The Ministry of Health has also taken the decision to reduce the quarantine time from 10 till 7 days. They were thinking about 5, but what the experts basically said, it does not make any sense, because there are people who on 6th or 7th day still can transmit the virus. So 7 days here in Spain. I think it's the same that you have in UK. Let me know in the comments. The Ministry of Education has received a message from the main government, the Parliament, saying that maybe it would be a good idea to consider homeschooling back again as it was in 2019, like March, April, when we basically stopped studying and we came from home, like we were studying on camera with the teachers. They are considering this, but the Ministry of Education said basically that schools are the most like safe place ever. For example, in our schools, we all have EPA filters, which basically are disinfecting the air. There is a lot of natural like sanitizing, disinfection. They open the doors, the windows, so like everything is quite safe. Even though if some of the children is sick, the rest of them won't be, because everything is disinfected so much that there's a very low probability. So let's hope children will be able to finish this year as they did, and will not get homeschooled back again, because it's not good for children, it's not good for their mental health, and for parents who need to work either. The second news that I wanted to let you know is what's basically waiting for us in 2022. In terms of prices, what the government is saying, and what people are thinking will be happening. What the government is saying, that 60% of all the companies and businesses here in Spain will need to higher up the prices, or for a service that they make, or for prices for food, beverages, etc. Like hotels as well would need to increase prices slightly more. And all this is happening due to the inflation that we have, not only here in Spain, but in general in a lot of countries. And due to the high electricity cost as well, they just need more income to be able to cover this extra percentage that they have, like that the costs were increased. For example, the houses, the apartments, the property as it is, will be growing by 4%. So the prices will continue to grow. Transport approximately by 10%. It's like public transport tickets, in general, like public transport, taxis as well, probably. Hosteleria, which is bars, restaurants, and cafeterias, by 2.5%, which means that primary products that are used to bring you food or beverages will increase in price, so the service will increase too. And food will increase approximately by 3%. Also from food, for example, pastas, all the things that are made with wheat and cereals will increase in price as well. Basic products like milk, eggs, everything made with cereals, meat, fish, seafood products here, all this will increase in price, which is like, these are basic things that a person needs to survive. Like, we need to eat something, and this is increasing in price. Like, it's just, sometimes you can just not believe what you're living in, and how this is even possible that in like 2 years, almost 2 years, okay, things have changed so much. It's just incredible how the world has changed, that we were on lockdown. We were not able to freely go out when we wanted to. We had to stay at home on very strict lockdown here in Spain. We need to wear masks. Children that were born now, the only world that they know is a world with masks and restrictions. Like, how bizarre all this situation actually is. But we need to live with it, right? We cannot do anything about it. Hopefully it's going to be better soon. Also, what they say is that all the prices that were increased right now for Christmas, people might say, well, okay, it was like because it's a festive time of the year, then it will be lowering down. No, it's not going to be happening probably. The experts say that prices will continue to rise. The same for electricity, the same for fuel. Every now and then prices will be rising. The same for products, the same for cars. A car will cost approximately 800 to 1,000 euros more than it did last year, just because of microchips and transport and shipping problems, since they are more expensive. So the price of cars is also going up. So 2022 is kind of promising to be a hard year once again. Experts say that the economy of our country will be rising, like the government says it will be rising, everything will be fine. All people who live here basically think that we're positive. I mean, we hope that it's going to be better than right now, but as for numbers, in terms of the amount of money that living right now costs here in Spain, it's not the most expensive country either, but in terms of salaries that we receive and the prices that we have, it's very difficult for a lot of families here to survive. So what we think that it's going to be very difficult for a lot of people in 2022. It's not going to be easy, but we are trying to stay positive and think that at least maybe we won't have restrictions. At least we will have permanent work contracts instead of temporary ones. So people will have slightly more of stable life and stable job positions, which will be at least one of the few positive news that we'll be receiving in 2022. This is basically what's waiting for us and what we think and what the government says is waiting for us next year, already starting from tomorrow. And the last news that I wanted to share with you all is what happened in Benidorm yesterday. Yesterday, Benidorm has been giving awards, different types of awards for different areas. But basically, this was for the best Christmas decoration. And a lot of the hotels, a lot of the pharmacies, a lot of different businesses were taking part in this event, in these awards. And guess to which hotel they gave the best Christmas decoration award. This was our lovely hotel from chain Servi Group, which is Hotel Calypso. I'm going to be putting you some pictures right here on the screen so you could see how it looked like. All Servi Group hotels, those who were open, which are 5 of them, had amazing Christmas decorations, but Calypso had the best of them all. And every single part, every single corner of this hotel had just this true Christmas spirit, which is amazing, and which is why they've received this award for the best Christmas decoration from the Osbeck, which is like the owner, the company that helps all the hotels and kind of gives the correct direction to go to a lot of the hotels in Benidorm and all Valencian area. Also, this award was given to Benidorm Palace Dinner Show, which I'm very happy for them. There were also other places, for example, Bali Hotel and Port Benidorm. They've also received 2 different awards, also for a very, very nice Christmas spirit decoration inside of the hotel. So we are very happy for them. There are a lot of pictures online, so maybe it will attract even more tourists to these hotels. By the way, very important thing to mention, Hospeck has published the statistics already. And for these days, like for winter, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, like for these days, we are expecting to have approximately 40 to 50% of occupancy, which is not as bad as we were expecting, to be honest, which is another positive news for all the businesses, hosteleria, and all the hotels in here, because people are still coming and the cancellations slowed themselves down. So not a lot of people are canceling anymore, which is another great news. We're very, very happy for all the businesses here in Benidorm. And what is happening with the weather? Yesterday was crazy. I did not expect so many people would be watching yesterday's video with this fog, or there are different names of it, but basically it's when all the, like our sea is of 16 degrees. The weather temperature is of 23, 24. It's too much. And when it like kind of concentrates near the sea, this fog comes from the Mediterranean Sea towards the seashore. And towards the coastal towns. A lot of people were saying, well, it's going to be disappearing like during the day. And it started to disappear slowly, but then it went even more. It came to all Benidorm. It came to all Altea, Calpe, like all the areas. And yesterday in the evening, we could barely see anything, even here in Albir. We could not see anything. Like I had to drive yesterday for my hubby, I told you, but I could not drive. I've put all the like specific lights for the fog to be able to see, but you could not see like 5 meters from you. Everything was white. You could not see even the road or the signs, nothing at all. So it was crazy. Today it's still in there. It's still on the mountain. I can still see it through the window of my living room. It's not as bad. It's kind of disappearing already, but it was quite bad yesterday. Like it was one of the biggest ones and like massive and like strong ones in the last few years. Usually it disappears, that's true, but yesterday was not the case. Hopefully today it's not going to be appearing once again. Right now it's sunny. It's still a little bit in the mountains, but it's disappearing slowly but surely. So it's going to be sunny in a lot of areas in the country and even here in our lovely Benidorm. This type of weather will be, as you can see on this map, in a lot of parts in Spain, and it will be continuing up until like 2nd, 3rd of January, which is when we will probably start having some more clouds and there's going to be some rain coming from the north parts of Spain. But I don't want to say that it's going to be coming to Mediterranean Sea, just because there's still a long way to go, you know. So in a few days, it might change a lot. They said it should be raining like on New Year, but as you can see, ta-da, it's sunny, nice and warm, except for the fog that we had. The temperatures are quite higher than usual. All the experts say that it's extremely warm New Year, the warmest in the last few years. And you can see it on the map that more and more areas right now, what they do have is basically orange or yellow temperatures, which means that it's way warmer, or just slightly, but warmer as it usually should be, especially Mediterranean area as usual, south part of Spain, even getting towards the center and some point on the north. Canarian Islands today even will have 27, 28 degrees, which is crazy even for them. In Benidorm today, we're supposed to have the same 21, 22 degrees as we did yesterday. So it's great weather for all of you who are coming or are already here on this New Year's Eve. In Alicante, it will be approximately 22 degrees as here in Benidorm. On the south parts of Spain, which is Granada, Sevilla, Malaga, will have approximately 23 degrees as well, which is amazing weather. Balearic Islands will have more or less 17, 18, which is also very good for the end of December. Madrid will have 16, 15, 16 degrees, and Canarian Islands, as I've said, 27, 28. And these type of temperatures will be here for a few more days, quite a few. We will be starting a year with amazing sunny weather, which just makes us feel way more positive about everything that is going on in the world. These were all the news for today, my dears. I hope you enjoyed watching them. I wish you Happy New Year once again, to celebrate it well. Those of you who are here in Benidorm, I wish you to have lovely, lovely holidays and enjoy our lovely area, and I will see you already tomorrow on the 1st of January, New Year 2022, with a spectacular video from Benidorm at night with New Year's fireworks. I'll see you then. Bye.